In the midst of the storm that is the current economic crisis for newspapers, it appears that Princeton University has its own example of what might just be a solution to the problem. Meet the Nassau Weekly. Founded in 1979, it's an undergraduate, student-run organization that produces a weekly print publication. It's also in debt.
Basically what's happened with the Nassau Weekly is just a microcosm of what's happened with print journalism across the country in this economy. Traditional print advertising dollars have just simply dried up.
This is where WPRB comes in. WPRB is a commercial nonprofit radio station. Though it broadcasts out of Princeton, it is not university funded. It is financially stable, and that makes it an attractive option when it comes to the idea of a merger deal with the NAS.
The deal with the NAS was something that Sebastian, the then news director, and Will Sullivan, then station manager, kind of concocted. They knew that the NAS had been having some financial problems, that the NAS had a lot of debt that it was looking to get rid of. And they also knew that they wanted to improve on-campus outreach with WPRB. So they put two and two together and they thought, well, we could have interesting opportunities for content crossover, we could expand awareness of PRB on campus, and we could help the NAS out. And of course the NAS wanted to get out of debt, so the NAS said, okay.
There was a little more to the deal than just debt problems and content sharing.
In a sense, because the NAS is an arts and cultural magazine, and because our news is arts and culture, there's kind of this crossover where two arts and culture magazines are focused on different audiences, but they create content that ultimately can help each other and sort of cross-fertilize.
It's an idea that seems to make perfect sense. Combine a commercially failing but well-known print publication with a radio station that's financially steady and wants a greater campus presence. But could this really work on a grander scale? Could mergers with radio stations save the newspaper business? Or might there still be some problems to consider?
The merger should change our advertising situation.
We don't really know a lot about selling print advertisements.
Having PRB run our financials will really revamp our advertising.
They haven't sold that many ads recently. In part our fault, in part theirs.
In any case, the definitive success of the NAS-WPRB merger isn't guaranteed, but it doesn't seem unlikely.
There's a lot of differences and one big similarity, but hopefully we'll iron the small stuff out and it'll all carry on.
As for the rest of the newspaper and radio business, well, it seems like we'll have to use the same strategy that the Nassau Weekly and WPRB have adopted. We'll have to wait and see.
Next thing you know will be awesome. At least that's the plan of action.